So I've been using this Sony ZV-E10. I got a smoking deal on it. It was the camera, an 11mm f1.8 lens, which doesn't have steady shot. So once I turn on the active steady shot, it's right about the same as the kit lens, but the f1.8 is really cool. So as a whole, I really like it. I like the format. I like the pictures and videos I've taken with it. It's been a learning curve, which I knew. And here I am trying to punch up the quality of the videos I make and trying to just get better. It's clearly something I like to do. I've been doing it for many years. I just haven't been focusing on progressing at it at all. I've been doing a lot of stuff with just a GoPro, and I got pretty good stuff out of that, but it was very limiting. The sound is always a pain. Luckily, to solve that, I bought the Rode, the wireless Me. I don't use it a lot when I'm doing the outdoor stuff with the GoPro because I don't want it to get damaged. So that's been good. A lot of crossover there. So moving from the GoPro and the phone, I've got the iPhone 14 Pro, and it is hard to argue with the ease it is to make stuff. So if I want something that I want to take a video, have it look great, and put it out right away, it's definitely going to go with the iPhone. It's in my pocket. But when I want to focus and I really want to set an intent of making something, I like having the camera. I like having the control and the dedicated device where I'm not distracted by all the things a phone does. So there's a few shortcomings with this camera. The number one thing that ticks me off is the polarized screen. So if you wear polarized sunglasses, like I do every time I'm outdoors, the screen is just black unless you tilt your head to the side or you tilt the camera to the side. It's a video camera, right? It's a wide image. I don't know how Sony made it like that. So I thought maybe you could get a filter, and I looked around online, and people did talk about putting a screen protector on, and it would help. It helps the teensiest bit. From watching the videos, I thought it was going to be like, this solves my problem. And once I got it, it was like, this is barely any better. I mean, I can actually see that the screen's on, but you can't, it's unusable. And that is a huge shortcoming of this thing, in that I can't use it outside with my sunglasses on unless I go order a non-polarized pair of sunglasses, which sucks because everything else I own is polarized. The kit lens is fine. That's what I'm shooting on now. It's 16mm, but it's a 1.6 crop. It needs to be wider for the intent, right? Like, if you want to be able to do, vlogging, self-recording stuff, that 16 is still too punched in. It needs to be wider. The 11 that I have would be perfect, but it doesn't have the optical steady shot. So once you turn on the active, then it's punched in. So it comes out to about the same. It does have a really good look. The bigger aperture, it's an f1.8, is nice. Get all that light in. Also, the manual focus switch is really handy, but not stabilized. It's a little rough if you're handheld, which is mostly what I do. So I just have to think about how I'm going to use that, and then obviously look at glass, right? I mean, that's 90% of what you put out is the glass that you shoot through. The camera is just part of it. As I've been doing research, I'm kind of let down by some of the camera community, because I'm kind of new to that, right? I learned some stuff about GoPros and basic video production over the last few years, but I was really bummed about the screen protector because it was like, oh, this will fix it, it'll be fine. And as a whole, I see a lot of things that are like, this product is great, and then you get it, and it's like, that ain't so great, man. Like, my kind of BS filter is not here in the camera world yet, and some of this stuff costs a lot, right? Like this little tripod thing I bought. It's Ulanzi, and I've got some of their other stuff. The GoPro cage that holds the audio thing for an older Hero 7. That was made well. I see other people talk about how great their stuff is. This selfie stick tripod sucks. It sucks. It had a remote. The remote barely worked. And now it's lost, so I don't even care. Holder for the phone doesn't have enough tension. So if you don't have the phone perfectly centered, it's gonna tilt over. So you can't set it straight. There's no adjustment, which that's fine for what it is. It's such a simple portable thing. It doesn't hold the phone good. It wobbles like freaking crazy. Like you can't even touch the button and record. You got to touch it, wait for it to stop wobbling, and then start your video that you're going to have to edit out later. So I hope that as I get into the camera, photography, video production world more, I learn who is not exactly honest when it comes to this stuff. Like I look at reviews and I look at videos that people make, and I keep getting great reviews, and it's a not good product, guys. Don't mislead people. It sucks. The one other gripe I have with it is the Imaging Edge mobile app sucks. Like, it sucks. I finally got my phone hooked up, and I was like, great, I can transfer videos over, make some quick edits in iMovie on my phone, and, you know, that's great for the run and gun type of stuff I do. Oh, no. No, no, no. It sucks. It is probably as slow as pulling videos from a GoPro Hero 7 with the Quick app, which that also sucks. That is the most painful experience I've had with a piece of electronics. It sucked. The GoPro, however, I can take this little card reader, plug it into my phone, and take the files off, edit my video, and be on my way. Not this ZV-E10. You can get your photos show up, but not your videos. You can do videos, but then you got to shoot in MP4, and then your video format choices suck. Like, it's not good quality. You can't do the 24 frames a second, which I almost always shoot everything at 24 frames. It looks good to me. I'm an 80s kid, and all the movies and all the stuff that I watched as a kid that looked cool was 24 frames a second, and it had that blur and it had that feel. And even as I take more action stuff, I like the way it looks. One thing I am super happy with, and the reviews were all great, and when I received it, it was great, was the small rig cage. I think this is the version 2, which a few people talked about some differences between the two, but it's solid. But it's a nice hunk of metal. It covers the camera where it needs to go. It gives the cold shoe so that I can mount the mic either way. So the grip, I bought the one with the silicone grip. That is fantastic. And I got the top handle because I always liked those, down low views, and I liked having all the extra cold shoe mounts. So right now, I've got the mic on the top handle pointed at me. I've got this one in my hand. It's my experiment to try what it's like. But that's going to give me a lot of options when, like if I'm having a conversation with someone, that I can have a mic pointed back at me from the camera side and then hand them the wireless. So as a whole, I'm pretty happy. I've spent a lot of time going through settings and trying to make it look the way I want. This video is one of those experiments. Like, I don't know what this looks like. This is really low light. I've got some natural light behind me. My monitor keeps clicking on and off because stuff moves around. ISO's pretty high, like it's been going 1600. I'm shooting, let's see, shutter priority, so it's at 150, which lines up with the 24 frames really well. F-stop is 4.5. No compensation. The ISO, like I said, is going to 2000. This is my first one after changing the color profile to HLGC3, and I'm going to try that out and see how that edits. I'm going to pull it into iMovie and Final Cut on the Mac because I can't just load it to my frickin' phone. So, yeah, a few shortcomings, but overall, I'm really happy with the purchase. And like I said, I got a screaming deal I got the camera, the case, the extra lens, and the little tripod control handle for way, way less than even just the camera and kit lens itself.